weaponry, explosions.
This is Spain at war with France, so it had to be bigger than anything we'd done before.
Just the whole kind of production value of it really is just kind of stepped up. But it's the opening sequence to Series 3, so it needs to be, it needs to come in with a bang, no pun intended.
We storyboarded it, but as with all things, you follow the storyboard and then you veer a little bit away from it. I mean, that's a kind of a natural thing for filmmaking. Anything big, you do a storyboard. And in the edit, you can still see the remnants of that storyboard. It is different in the edit, because in the end, when you start putting the action actually on screen, that's what takes over. The screen becomes the story. What you put on screen is the script, is the storyboard.
It's 4 years on. Aramis is not here. He decided to stay in Douai. So it's Porthos, D'Artagnan and Athos fighting the Spanish, having to deal with imbeciles. We're fighting the Spanish, but there's idiots in charge.
Return to your men, Captain.
We're doing okay. We're losing a lot of men, but we're doing okay.
At the moment, we are at the last stages of the war, really. So we're all kind of at the very ends of kind of fighting the Spanish and kind of trying to dispatch them. We just shot the scene where D'Artagnan comes up with a cunning plan.
We need a plan. Attack. Hey? Hey! I hate it when he does that.
We are today on a battlefield, part of the first episode, the opening episode of the new season, and it's a massive scale thing. And down below, that way, is where the battle is being set up.
We've got to shoot this skirmish. So staging that, I mean, we've got cannon going off, we want explosions, we want proper fighting so it looks bloody and gritty. And we've got 4 cameras because each time those guys charge and go for it, they really go for it. There's also testosterone in there, it's pretty visceral. So you want to be able to kind of charge as few times as you can. And we've got a big techno crane here so that we can get some angles and we can be elevated so that, the audience gets to see kind of very different views of the battle.
Our extras are not normal extras, they're action extras. So basically they're experienced in sword fighting, but not specifically for camera. So we just had to make a few adjustments and embellish what their skills already are. In this series, we've moved on 3 or 4 years, and the boys have actually come of age, I would say. They're starting to mature, they're a bit battle-weary and life-experienced.
So we've been rehearsing the stunts for a few weeks now, but basically the battle works in 3 stages. So we shot phase 1 yesterday, which is rescuing Athos from near death, basically. So then we have to retreat, and then phase 2 is basically pike against pike, so French pikes against the Spanish pikes, and they kind of interlock. And then we've got a beautiful sequence there where I kind of dive underneath them and start slashing at the legs, and then kind of Porthos and Athos kind of mop up the rest. And then the 3rd phase is just after the 2nd phase, where we basically fight with everyone on the cannon battery.
Powder! Shoot the powder!
So we have 3 cannons. It's a small battle. About 30 muskets, some armors for the first 2 lines for the pikemen, and some helmets.
In total, we've got roughly about 150 extras in this scene, but we've also got stuntmen, cannoneers, doubles for the actors. So in total today, we're dressing roughly just over 200 people. There's lots of different looks within the armies, and we've had to prepare separate looks for each of those and think about how they look next to each other within the formation of the army, and then how the 2 armies look opposite one another.
What's really good about coming back for season 3 is because they've now been here 3 years and there is now a 4-year gap between 2 and 3, they know each other so well now, the cast, that they've come back and there's a kind of a camaraderie that sinks in straight away. These are guys that know themselves really well and know each other really well. And you can feel that at the beginning of this 3rd series. There's no hesitation. They were straight into the dialogue, straight into old friendships.
and straight into the fighting.